What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So it's Monday. We are back on track. We're starting with our videos again, so I'll be start bringing more content to you on a daily basis. So I don't know if it was the move or the stress or the new environment or something like that, but I did something that is completely unlike me, completely unlike the Armed and Steady Firearms channel. I did something very knife hand worthy. So anyway, so let's talk about it a little bit. So I just got myself a new gun in my carry rotation. So a new gun in my carry rotation. Now, let's just say in order to get this gun, I had to trade it for two other guns. So two other guns that I've had for a long time that have kind of been worn out and stuff like that. So I went out and I did that today. I actually just got back a little while ago and I actually just got done finished cleaning the firearm. And I traded my M&P, my Smith & Wesson M&P 40, the one that's all Cerakoted up and all pretty looking, so pretty looking that I actually don't really want to carry it anymore. And I also sold my Sig Sauer P250 because unfortunately Sig isn't really making them anymore, or parts or anything like that from them. So it's starting to kind of disappear. So I think it was a good time to move on. This past weekend, I was actually doing a one-on-one course, an instructor's course, not instructor's course. I had a one-on-one instruction session with a older woman who just bought a very first pistol, and she was new. She's got a permit and she wanted to get a new pistol. And she chose a pistol. She actually chose a Sig Sauer P226 and a Sig 938 or 238. I think Sig 3 or 238. So she chose those two pistols, but she doesn't have any experience with pistols. No, she knows how to shoot. She was in the Air Force. She knows how to shoot pistols. But in the civilian side, she's a little bit of an elderly woman. She didn't know a whole lot about them. So she didn't even know how to work the Sig Sauer P226. So I spent pretty much like 2 hours. Basically, I was just teaching her how to actually function the firearms and stuff like that. And it got me thinking a little bit. It just got me thinking a little bit. Because, I'm a gun owner. I'm also an instructor, obviously. I have 3 children and I have a wife, and I'm not home all the time, and when I am, when I'm away, I want my wife to have something available to herself to defend herself if something ever happens in the apartment or whatever is going on. So the systems that I had with the Sig, with the M&P 40, it was a little too much for her. 40 is a little loud. It's shocking. I love it. It's a great shot. I love 40 caliber. It's one of my favorite calibers. But there's a lot of big shock that comes from it, and new gun owners are really nervous around it. The other pistol is the Sig P250. That's the one that's double action only, and her marksmanship wasn't off. My marksmanship's pretty good with it just because, I know guns and I've been shooting them for a long time, but for a new shooter, something like that is kind of complicated to actually work. So then I have my 1911. I will never get rid of my 1911. I love my 1911. That's my everyday carry pistol. 90% of the time right now, that is my everyday carry. I love the pistol. But what I want to do, that's a little complicated for people that are new to shooting. It's more of an advanced system when it actually comes to shooting. So I wanted something simple, something plain that I can actually carry in the warm months when I'm out and about. Something in the warm months, so a compact size. I can carry in the warm months, and in the same process is if I'm away, it's something that my wife, if she's home with the kids, she can easily use to defend herself. So I did something completely unlike myself, and I got the one gun that I talk a lot of crap about. Well, I don't really talk crap about the gun. I talk about the people that worship guns. So the gun I got is Glock 19. All right, so the Glock 19. So I traded my M&P 40 and my Sig Sauer P250. They're very worn out. I shot them a lot specifically for this. This is a Generation 4 Glock 19. Glocks in general are just good guns. They're good guns. They shoot very well. Generation 4, I like the Generation 4. Generation 5 is pretty cool. They got the flat straps and everything else. But I've talked about it before. It doesn't have the same tolerances as a Gen 4 because it's now a different pin design that's on it. So I wanted to stick to something that can last and that can keep going, and that was very simple. Now, a couple cool things about this. So this was actually used, okay? So this was technically used, but when I opened it up, it still had that like copper looking grease that was on it, that was in there for a brand new Glock that you get off the shelves. So I was like, wow, that's used. And on the second note, when everyone buys a Glock, the first thing they always do is change out the sights to get yourself some night sights, because those crappy plastic night sights that come with standard Glocks freaking suck. They really suck. And it just so happened, this pistol was actually set up with Trijicon HD night sights. So smoking deal. Another big reason that I got this is, I've talked about it in my videos before, is, you know, I'm all about learning new systems. I've been using new systems. I'm pretty familiar with just about every single firearm system that I come across. I can use it, I can function it, I can shoot it, I can hit the target with it. So this, like I said, it's a system I've used in the past, so, you know, it's not very new to me. But the problem is when I was going to the range, I would take my guns with me because I want to get a feel for it, because every single one of them was actually in my carry rotation. So it was 4 pistols that were in my carry rotation, and went between a single action 1911 to a striker fired M&P 40 to a double action only 6-hour P250 to a double single action revolver. And because of it, my marksmanship every time I went to the range was severely taking a hit, because we're going between system and system and system. You have to, like, that's like you pick a gun up, you have to relearn it all again. So what I want to do from now on is I want to try to keep myself, limit myself to 2 main systems. Okay, 2 main systems. My number one main system is going to be a 1911. That's mainly what I carry. I love my 1911. The second system that I'm going to probably be carrying will be a Glock. Yes, a striker fired pistol, because yes, it's a good gun. It's a good gun. It's a good system. It takes a little bit of training. I have experience in it, and it's a good. It's a good balance. It's a good balance of firing, and it's a good gun. So I'm going to try to limit myself personally to my actual carrying is 2 systems, which is the 1911 system and the Glock. But on the same note, I'm still going to be learning on my way about different systems, and I'm now doing one-on-one classes where I actually get to teach people how to use their new firearms and how to shoot their new firearms and function their firearms. So for me, it's kind of a win-win. So I have training in my 2 systems I'm good with, but because I get to do these classes, I now can actually sit there and I can actually help other people and learn those systems just like them. I'm familiar with pretty much every single modern day firearm pistol out there. I'm familiar with pretty much every single system that's out there. But now, because of this new class, or this new step, I guess, a new step in my life, I can now get one-on-ones, hands-on training while training other people to actually specifically use that system too. So overall, guys, it's a win-win situation. So I am not new to Glocks. I'm not new to Glocks at all. I owned one for several years. I had a Glock 22. I carried that damn thing around everywhere with me. A Generation 3 Glock 22. So I carried the thing everywhere with me, and I traded in for my M&P and all that other stuff. Now go figure, I went back to Glock. But like I said, the only difference is I got a 9mm and I got the compact package. Now I do like bigger bores. I really do. I like bigger bores. I absolutely do. I like high pressure. I like bigger bores. But for a new shooter and someone that has never shot before, like having my wife in my house, something like that, I think this is a good balance. It's very simple. All you have to do is rack it. This is completely cleared. All you have to do is rack it, point, and pull the trigger. And it's very simple to defend yourself. And there's lots of aftermarket parts and all the other good stuff. And everyone knows the whole spiel. There's Glocks all over the place. People love their Glocks, all right? There's Glock parts all over the place. And they're good guns. You know, Glock is kind of like a one-trick pony. For the last 30 years, they made one type of gun. They made a Glock. But the truth is that it's actually a really good pony that they created. So here it is, my new Glock 19 Generation 4. Now, I still will not carry this damn thing appendix. I'm not going to go that far tactical, so I'm not going to, all right? So now another cool thing that came specifically with this one was this, which also saves me money down the long run, because this is a $60 holster that came with it. So this saves me money in the long run, because now coming with this Glock, this standard Glock that's only shot maybe 50 rounds tops through it, maybe 100 tops, it came with Trijicon HD night sights, and it came with the inside the waistband Kydex holster. So I mean, you can't do much better than that. You just can't. So there you have it, guys. This is my new pistol, and it is my carry rotation. All right, it is my carry rotation. It's now in my carry rotation. So there you have it, guys. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, tell your friends about me, guys, and remember, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other.